Good afternoon. Welcome to the Friday, June 20th, 2025 public meeting of the Kingston City Land Bank's Acquisition, Disposition, and Construction Committee. My name is Mike. I serve as the meeting's moderator. We do ask that members of the public limit their comments to no more than 2 minutes per speaker. And with that, I turn the meeting over to the committee chair, Mr. Aaron Chilwich.
Hello. I don't know if this counts as a formal meeting of the ADC committee, but why don't we go through everything anyways?
You don't have to vote on
So
anything, so that's good.
that's a good thing. We'll just go through all the numbers and all the updates. So Keystone, I guess, Owen, you want to do the construction updates, and then Kyle will give his many items.
Sounds good. I'm just pulling it up so I have it in front of me here.
Me too.
I'll share with you. I'll share the screen. So Keystone, we're at June 20th. Our contract completion dates for substantial completion for 48 Hasbrook and 52 Grand Street are at the end of July. So we are getting there. I think both projects are roughly on target for that. I think we're excited to see the GC demolish the garage and shed that are on the kind of border of the two properties, which was a change to the site plan. Excited to see that done because that will sort of complete the things that make the lot line adjustments complicated. And so with those gone, won't feel weird to have those lot lines adjusted. And now that we'll get to 46 Grand Street coming down, but the fact that these properties are wrapping up construction and kind of like going into nearing their sales period is now more going to make sense once since we've gotten rid of this vacant building right in between them, and now we're adjusting the lot lines so that the properties all kind of have clear boundaries and fences and are like the right sized sellable things. So yeah, I think we're going to be on track schedule wise. We had a couple of things that are kind of coming in, materials and things that are coming in right at the last moment ish, but seems like it's on track. All right, I promised I'd share these.
Nice.
Let's see if we can make these bigger. So the requisition we just went over had Grand Street at 87% complete, which is on our little ahead of schedule, and Hasbrook 74% at or a little bit behind schedule, but both I think in the right strike zone. No overall change. The same story I've been saying for months now, which is like Grand's contingency is pretty much maxed out, but not currently overdrawn, and Hasbrook's is about 50% gone. But no expected change to completion schedule, and yeah, not a lot of big change orders in the queue, and yeah, we've worked through some hairy issues that have come up during construction. I think that's my Keystone report. Do you want me to talk about Grand Slam, or you want to come back to that?
I defer to all of you. Does it make sense to do it now or to come back to it? I don't, you tell me. Uh,
Maybe just for sanity's sake, so
yeah, let's come,
I have an agenda that makes sense. with me.
Okay,
let's
good.
come back to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, financing and sales and marketing and all the above.
Ready? Um, so this is the latest reflecting the upcoming pending requisition. Um, let me see here. A couple things to note. We're almost entirely drawn down on LBI for this project. ARPA, we have this $24,000 balance, which we've actually allocated over to the 46 grand demolition, as this was budgeted
Okay.
to homes that we completed earlier in the project. So we are now basically we're 100% drawn on ARPA for this project, and this 24,000 we are basically 100% drawn down on that as well. So ARPA almost entirely done, should be done with this upcoming requisition.
Okay.
As we finish up our LBI allocation, we are starting to finally pull down. You'll see this month we have a pretty big Novo requisition. We are starting to pull down on the Novo funds we had allocated to construction hard costs. So the Novo funds will be increasing over the next requisition. But we still have, $120,000 in LBI left, and that's entirely allocated to Hasbrook. So I think we'll expect to see around $50,000 more in Novo hard costs. Yeah, can answer any questions people may have, but everything seems to be pretty smooth sailing here.
Gotcha. So, okay. So the Nova balance. Okay.
And Kyle,
Certain things
just so I
for-
understand. Sorry,
Mhm.
No, go ahead.
I just to check on my familiarity with it, we have allocated 100% of LBI funds to this development. They will be expended, is our plan.
Okay.
No, I'm asking.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
there's
wanted to
120,000 left in
Yeah.
LBI funds. That's entirely the
Wanna make
Hasbrook hard costs, and I believe it's
Thank you.
170,000 or something in that area of remaining
Thank you.
costs.
Okay. And then, well, I don't want to, I guess public meeting. I'll restrain one of my questions right now that I think is probably best for not a public meeting. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Owen. I'm glad these are approaching completion. The last couple of homes. All right, Kyle, you can just keep going. I know that sales and marketing are also on your. Sorry, go ahead.
Cool. So sales update, 38 Chapel is all approved, and we're looking at around 2.5 weeks to closing there, but all set on our end. Trying to get that done as soon as possible. And then Abby and Stefan, they are on similar timelines. They just got the bank just got appraisals in for Abby, and the Stefan appraisal should be coming in any day now. Once those appraisals come in, they need to be reviewed by the bank and then sent to Sony May and reviewed then with them. And so that's going to take some time, but I think that's kind of the tail end of the things we need to get together for this closing. So yeah, they're kind of tracking together, and hopefully we should have updates soon on actual closing dates.
Nice, that's great.
On the 488 and 52 sales marketing campaign. That is something that we are looking to get underway soon. Mike, do you have some more color on what you're thinking for starting that?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit at comms earlier today, just in the context of external communications. So my thinking, oh, and it feels like you feel comfortable saying that because the timelines haven't changed for completion on 48 and 52, that end of July feels like a fair date to begin organizing to launch something in August for the sales marketing campaign. So I
Yeah.
think that's our current date around that.
Okay. And what are there going to be, because of the lot line adjustments, are we thinking of adjusting prices at all? Or are we going to keep the prices that were initially, you guys had initially underwritten?
It's a great question. We are thinking about adjusting the prices from what we maybe originally had in the spreadsheet. We're still working on what that
Yeah.
could look like in terms of the
Okay.
price to the purchaser.
Yeah.
And the recent understanding that now we can use LBI funds to pay for, reduce the purchase price of the homes is a welcome opportunity to look at this more closely. And
I didn't think about that. That's sorry. Yeah. That's
so not because of the lot line adjustments, but because of just the wanting to be successful in our marketing. We would be reducing most likely the purchase
Okay.
price to the purchaser accordingly.
makes sense. LBI, we're all gonna miss it when it's gone.
That's fun while it lasts.
Great. That's great to hear. Sorry, my phone was ringing. Owen at home, everything?
Okay. DC input, it says, all right, so we have gotten many decisions from design committee about, well, both ADC and design committee a few months ago, and then follow up from the design committee about specific selections for the houses. And they got a new list for me of things I'm looking for, all of which is basically prep to go into the process with the modular company, which should get kicked off next week. And
Which modular company did you end up
this is Bill Lake
are we
Modular.
like I think you had mentioned them at some point. Yeah. Okay.
We have been working with with L&B on preliminary site plans. The most pressing issue was just making sure that these houses that we were interested in building could like fit on the sites along with the fences and the driveways and the setbacks and the porches and everything, and that we actually had space from here to there to fit all the things we wanted to have happen.
You all just disappeared. My
Oh.
internet.
I still see everyone.
Can you hear us, Aaron, or not hear us?
Can you all hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
you're back.
There we go. I'm back. Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going, Owen. Sorry.
It's okay.
My internet dropped out.
I was just saying that we've been starting preliminary site plans and just most important thing being verifying that these houses can fit on these lots in the way that we intended and the sizes that we intended, so we don't start a process with the modular company to finalize houses that can't fit there. And now that seems like that hurdle is cleared, we're trying to get the rest of the information for the site plans dumped on there so it can get passed on for environmental review. So that's where we are with LMV, and the architectural process is trying to get the site plans wrapped up.
Nice.
But yeah, no major hiccups that came out of that process. And then yeah, I guess that's about it.
And what's the process like? I mean, I've never dealt with it before, so I know it exists. I have no idea how it works with,
Yeah.
you know, the state, like the state agency that does the approval for modular designs, and then how that relates to the building department in Kingston. Can you just describe, like, in like broad terms, how that dynamic
Sure.
works?
Yeah, broadly, we're gonna go through a couple rounds of going from our like sketches of what we want to have happen with these houses to where they draw it up and are like, no, the wall has to move 4 inches over here to make for it to work, and kind of like settle on the floor plans and elevations of the house. At which point, I believe they do a like structural engineering and some like electrical schematics and stuff in-house, and then they kind of put together their package, which gets sent off to the state. And while we don't want to rush that process, we do want that process to happen when it can, because it's like a 3-month turnaround or something like that for it to go, and questions come back, and actually get the approval. I think it's LMV's team that is doing the foundation design and the site plans and the basement plans. And so I think that once we have kind of like the preliminary plans from the modular company, we'll be able to do um, basically do the foundation structural design, because there's not that much that would be expected to change. It's like, yeah, the
Yeah.
state may have not approved it yet, but it's a 1-story house. It's made of wood. It's like it's gonna weigh about this much. So
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, and yeah, the architect and I had a meeting with the building department to be like, go through like, this is the list of things we're expecting to bring you in the fall for permits. Like, is that what you're expecting? And that went smoothly. So
Nice. Do they do a secondary review of what the state has approved, or do they just like, because the state has approved it, they just accept it?
I think that I would guess that they do some kind of review to make sure like it still has to meet like zoning code or uh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I don't think they're looking over it from a building code perspective, just
Yeah.
like, is this thing kind of allowed to be built here?
Okay, that's helpful. And then, thank you. And then Kyle, the follow-up letter?
Follow-up letter, we are kind of in a hurry up and wait phase where we have just outstanding requests with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for some permitting. But yeah, hoping to hear back on that soon. Sent some emails out into the wilderness and hoping we get a response on that. But yeah, we're making progress on everything we can, and should have a few more items complete as we wrap up the site planning of the houses with Owen, and yeah, so making good progress on it there. Kind of waiting
Nice.
for a few documents to come in. Waiting to hear back from some people, but moving forward.
Glad to hear. And then I guess Grand. You guys, I know you guys demoed the property while I've been away, and what's happening? Owen is here. Wow, look at that. Oh, tomorrow I'm driving up to Kingston tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go see it. Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, you can see these two houses. This grass seems like it's sprouting because we have rain every day here. So I think it's grass is going to come in. We just extended the permit for this fence to like live in the sidewalk for another 4 weeks so that we can let the grass really come in and not have it walked on and driven on by GCs next door and stuff like that. But then that's scheduled to get picked up and go away, and then this will be a grassy lot next to these two houses that are looking pretty normal.
Nice. That's great. I'm so glad that building is gone.
The other updates are just we had a final inspection last week, and the building department called me this morning to just confirm that they have everything they need. They're just getting around to the paperwork, so I haven't closed out the permit. They thought they'd get to it today. It's not done yet, but anyway, they're not. It's not like we're gonna hear a week later that they're missing something. And um, and then yeah, we're gonna figure out what kind of the adjacent properties are getting fences around them and doing like the lawn restoration in the other areas that will become the new 46 Grand Street property. And
Hmm.
so it could be later this summer we do something to tune the lawn up and make it kind of one property and put up signs or whatever we want to make it feel like we have two finished houses and then one property that is ready for both to chill for a minute, but also plan for the next thing.
Nice. That's great. And then Housing Action Fund, do you have an update? I know that I read the emails back and forth.
You're up to date if you read the emails, but I'll just
Okay.
just to add to Owen's update, it's the weight of nothing. Allow me to use my philosophy degree. Sartre's weight of nothingness, right? The absence of something has bearing at 46 grand. So happy to be there. Thank you, philosophy degree. The Housing Action Fund. So we will be, I will be meeting with the Ulster County Planning Department early next week, to finalize any revisions to the amount that we're asking for in the context of ongoing discussions, but just wanted to say that will take place next week in advance of the county's recommendations to the legislature in July.
Great.
Yep.
That's great
And then
news.
I think it's right sizing that grant. If I could on the pipeline, it'll be brief. So 19A met with the city this morning. No updates on the May 24th return date of the judicial ruling related
Okay.
to two 19A properties, but hope to have updates by next month, maybe. It's kind of out of our hands, but no updates is the update. Again, nothingness.
Not surprising entirely that the judge is on his own timeline and not on the city's timeline.
Totally.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for updating me. I appreciate it. Anything else I've missed of the past 2 months or so, that 2.5 months that I should I don't know, be in the loop on? I have been keeping track of emails. I'm anything that's been put in writing, I'm up to date on. But
I don't think so.
okay. Unfortunately won't be there for Monday night's meeting, but I should be back in person for July's meeting and then every month thereafter. But I will unfortunately be driving with a screaming baby in the back seat on Monday night. So,
You'll be missed.
all right. Have a good weekend, everybody. Mike, I hope you get some
See you
rest.
again, Aaron.
And
Thank
see
you.
you again
Bye-bye.
too. Talk to you
Take
soon.
care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.